Well, good morning, everybody. Sorry, I had to move my headset there for a second. So today, is Josh even in here still? I need to pop out the chat over on YouTube so I can look at it. Because I need to send Josh a link because his phone was messed up. So today's special guest is Lacey Family Farms. He comes to us from, well, I'll let him tell you where he comes from because he's got a pretty good channel. I have been watching him for a very long time. I say very long time, a year-ish, when I found his channel. But one thing I like about their channel is whenever he explains something, he does his research and he takes the time and he explains it very, very well. Um, that's one of the cool things about his channel that I actually love, and I put it on a lot of stuff. Like when I go to his channels, like he does lives, because when he explains, like he had some chicken videos that he explained some of the different breeds of chicken and the size of eggs, and he's did probably one of the best jobs I've ever seen explaining the videos, and it's a whole series on chickens. I got it pulled up here. Pop out chat. So, Josh, I will post the link on here. Copy. And only Josh is coming up. Just throwing that out there for anybody that thinks they're going to hop on here. There's only 3 on Saturdays. So last night we went and watched fireworks. The bigger town that's close to us is, oh, there's Josh.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going, Josh? Is there is Stillwater had their fireworks, and we went and watched the fireworks at Stillwater. They're pretty cool. I'm gonna make a short little video, put it in a video. So, Josh, did you ever get your phone working?
I got to go to town today and do it.
Okay.
I got to go to work, get on the computer, all that stupid crap.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything going on your channel that any new videos coming up?
I might do a video on my chuck roast tomorrow. I don't know. I'm smoking a chuck roast like to my mother-in-law's, and I've done it before, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. Put some different rubs on it this time, so maybe I might do that. I don't know, but I need to do a garden tour of what little I got, but I don't want to carry this thing around out there and take a chance on dropping it, because I don't have a case on it or nothing. So
yeah,
it kind of pretty well stays put. But hey, Dale.
So you want to go through and say hello to everybody real quick? And there's quite a bit of people already in here.
Yeah, I'll have to turn it so I can see the chat.
So whenever you get your phone fixed, you need to call me. There's something I need to talk to you about.
Okay.
So it looks like we have Nora from the Stock Explorer, Chris and Larry, Desiree, Annie's Kitchen and Urban Homesteads in here, Skinner Farms, Misplaced Country Girl, and Dale looks like he came in, and then there's Shannon from White Shoulder Boar Goats, Little Ridge Farm. How are all of you guys doing? I went a little faster with me doing it. Sorry, I just started looking.
Oh, you're fine.
So, I'm going to. I guess I've been gaining quite a few subscribers. I guess a lot of people want to see me try to do that cartwheel out in the front yard.
I've grown quite a bit lately.
What are you up to now?
738.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. You're at what, 482?
Somewhere
I think
in
that's
there.
what I've seen.
Yeah, that sounds right. So we'll go ahead and bring up Scott over here and let him tell us about his channel. He's got some. He's a pretty exciting channel. I like to watch him. So without further ado, here he is.
Hey guys, good morning.
Morning,
Good morning.
Scott.
Well, thank you for having me.
Hey, before we get started, your freeze dried stuff that is live now, right?
Yeah, yep.
So, do you want to talk about that before we get too carried away in the whole channel thing, and I forget about the freeze dried stuff?
Sure. Yeah, we recently bought a freeze dryer because we're not like crazy preppers or anything, but we want to be prepared. And then we started making fruits and stuff, and decided that you know what, I think we gave it to friends and coworkers at my day job, and they're like, "Man, this stuff's really good." So we decided to open a store and go through the ridiculously long and expensive process of doing it right and getting your licenses and permits and everything. And now we sell online and at farmers markets and stuff. We have some Skittle. So I'll do the fruits first. We have strawberries, bananas, and apples. They're all sliced, chipped, nothing added to it. And then if you ever heard of Skittles, freeze-dried Skittles or Milk Duds, they're just something interesting. They're pretty good. People seem to like them. So you should Google them and see a picture. But they're a lot of fun. So it's been doing really well. So just something else to do on the side, and it's been something fun. So yeah.
I thought it was pretty neat whenever you guys first started talking about it. I was like, it's Skittles. I'm gonna have to try that. And if I wouldn't have had some big projects going on at work where I haven't had hardly any time to even do anything lately, I've been telling myself I was gonna order them. So I'm actually, as soon as we get off here, I may, if I don't have to go anywhere, get on there and order some real quick.
Yeah, no worries. I'll even drop a link in the chat here if anyone is interested. But I got my YouTube channel, a bunch of stuff at this website. So I screwed that up.
I got it right here, Scott. I can pull. It's not on there. Never mind. I thought it was.
It's just LaceyFamilyFarms.com.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not letting me do that. That's weird.
Well, are you on the
I'm also on the YouTube app, so oh well. Well, LaceyFamilyFarms.com. So just like it's spelled. But
I'll have to check that out. I've been hearing more and more about these freeze dryers. I've never seen one, so
they're unfortunately still pretty expensive, but they're a lot less expensive than they were. You used to not, only be able to buy commercial grade or pharmaceutical grade ones, and they were in the realm of like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. And that's just, that's never going to happen.
No.
And so a company called Harvest Right, they're out of Salt Lake City, started making residential ones, and they have some issues. I think they're still working through like ramping up production and scales because they have some problems and sometimes, but overall it's a good unit, and they're still expensive, but they're more affordable, and you could do about 10 pounds of food at a time. So
I heard they're around $3,000.
Yep, you can get into it for with a small one for about $2,600, but you're gonna regret buying at least the medium or the large immediately. Oh, I'm already about to have to buy a second one just to keep up. But
are you guys doing quite a bit of work, doing quite a bit with them?
with
your store?
Yeah, and it's mostly we go to these farmers markets in town, and we figure, we'll do it for a few months, go to as many farmers markets as we can, try and generate at least local business, and we sold out of a number of things last weekend, so I think we got lucky because there's nothing this weekend, so we can catch up. But yeah, oh, it's been a lot of fun. I've
I
enjoyed
know.
it.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about where your channel about, and
Yeah.
not like the town where you're located, but your general state and stuff like that, where you're located at, and the struggles that you have down there?
Yeah, it's constant. So I grew up in California, in Southern California originally, and then we moved out. I was in the military and was a cop for a while, and got out. And we moved back here to Southern California for to be with family. And we ended up buying a couple acres. And we had a few chickens from our previous house. So when we lived out in Phoenix, and like, man, we really love chickens, and chickens are definitely the gateway drug to farm animals. And so I can't remember the order of everything, but we eventually got goats. We got a couple goats, females, and then we got male goats as well to start breeding them. We got more chickens, ducks. We got a goose. So we have probably in mid 20s of chickens. I think we have 19 ducks and a goose. And then in addition to barn cats and everything else. But anywho, so we started doing that, and we've had our channel for a while, but we've never really tried to focus on that kind of stuff and sat down and really nailed down what we're talking about. And so until about a year ago or so, and we really try to focus on, hey, like, if people were to be have a small family farm, like, what would be useful to them, what could be helpful, and a little mix of that and some stuff that I'm just doing, and it, I think could do well on YouTube, and so that's what we try to focus on. It's hard sometimes to keep your channel focused, at least for me. So that's what we're really focusing on, and we got a lot of a lot of fun stuff coming up. We should have our goat should give birth any day now. So and our previous owner, we've had her for about a year, and this is our first pregnancy with her. But she's going to give birth, and before she's given birth to between 3 and 4 kids at a time. So
Oh, yeah.
any day now. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know when she got pregnant exactly. So we just know that she is about to pop. So so we got that coming up. Lots of interesting stuff. We got a video. It sounds strange, but a video on praying mantises coming up and how they can help your garden. I know that's so random, but they're huge for gardens. So, yeah, those are just the immediate things. Got a ton of plans, though. Ton of plans.
Hey, Kevin.
So,
Kevin at Tuber Chat, hello and thanks for coming in. So, Josh, if you have any questions, just hop in there, and thanks for sharing it, Kevin. I appreciate it.
You're gonna be doing cartwheels for long.
Right. So,
Better start practicing your cartwheels.
Right. So it's a log. It's going to be a log roll. I'm telling you, that's what it'll look like. It's like, is that supposed to be a cartwheel?
It can't be any worse than what I've done.
Right. So, Scott, on your guardian animal,
yeah.
do you want to kind of talk about it? Because I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah. So when we moved here, we hadn't really had any predators really in West Phoenix, other than like dogs and stuff. But we moved here, and we're kind of in a rural area of the high desert of Southern California, and so we have bobcats and mountain lions and coyotes and all sorts of stuff out here. And we didn't even realize that, and we lost like upwards of 10 chickens when we first moved out here, and we didn't know what to. And so that led to a whole bunch of projects, including some fencing and hot wires and everything. And then we decided, we need some sort of guard animal. And we'd always been interested in geese. because they're just fun animals, and we didn't know anything about them. And so we did a ton of research and looked them up and found, hey, you could actually use a goose as a guard animal, because we didn't really want to invest in a livestock guardian dog yet or anything else like that. And it sounds absolutely crazy, but because geese actually have like really good eyesight, like nocturnal vision, and see very far. They don't really ever truly sleep with both eyes closed, and so he sits in and he actually sleeps with the chickens and is the last one out or last one into the coop every night, and will, alert if there's any predators. He'll make noise. I mean, geese make a ton of noise, and the chickens will kind of round up and hide. So it's he does a really good job of guarding against a lot of aerial predators and stuff, especially as the big one. So and he's
So
hilarious. He's so funny.
yeah, he's a little temperamental every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife will go out and she makes a lot of like shorts and stuff on our channel about him. And he's very temperamental is a good way to put it, because I don't know about you guys. I sometimes just get lazy, but I don't want to get my feet dirty when I go out to the animals. So my wife hates it, but I put on socks, and then I put on my sandals. And nobody usually cares except for our goose. Well, and my wife hates it, but he will attack my feet. Like, he knows, and he hates it. So that's one thing he absolutely hates. And then for some reason, my wife has like a wide brimmed, like straw hat, and I don't know what it is, but he just absolutely does not like it. She made a short about it because it was too funny. Like, he just would like stare her down and honk at her and did not like it at all. So it's kind of entertaining, and it's also I think it's starting to end his mating season, so that was also part of it, I think. So
Yeah.
but he's so fun to have. I'd recommend geese to everyone.
Yeah.
I had a couple, and that one, he was just meaner than a cross-eyed rattlesnake, so I got rid of him. But you couldn't walk in there. He'd come
Did you
bite
raise him from a baby?
No, a friend of mine down the road did, and I got him from him, and
that's why.
so that's probably part of it. But
yeah, and I have a video about it on my channel, one of them about it, and I talk about why you need a goose and whatnot. And the big thing with them is you have to start them as a gosling, and that's because for their first like week of their life they can't see well enough to actually do anything, and so they'll hear you, and so you got to keep them inside, and so they can hear you all the time. And then like they imprint on you. That's a big part of it. And you and your kids, your whole family, and then after a week they see you, and then they connect the voice to what they see, and then they know you and they won't attack you. But that stays for the rest of their life, and they live like 20 years. So so it doesn't surprise me that he probably didn't like you because he didn't grow up with you,
Yeah.
But if you got a gosling, it'd probably be a lot different.
I may try that next time I add to the collection.
Yeah. What kind of animals do you have at your farm?
Cows, pigs, and chickens.
Oh, nice.
So
meat cows or dairy cows?
Meat. Well, one's a Jersey cross, but I don't think I can get her. I'd have to put her in a head chute to do anything with her.
Yeah.
I mean, Mitchell, you know how Jerseys are. Good night.
They have that. There's a deal. So my kids were doing a bucket calf challenge, and the reason why they call it bucket calf challenge is because most dairies, if you ever watch them, they don't do bottles, but like for the first week or two, and then they transition them to buckets so they can just pour it in there and just go on to the next one because they have so many of them to feed. So our county does a bucket calf challenge. So you have to show them at the end of this whole challenge and document it all the way through. Well, there's a thing called Jersey flop. They'll just lay down, and them suckers are not getting up until they're ready to.
They're stubborn.
Like with a beef cow, you can kind of just yank on their tail and they'll just stand right up. Well, not with a Jersey. You can yank on them all you want, and they'll just kind of look at you like, "Are you done yet?"
Yeah, they're stubborn. Go ahead.
No. Yeah. Jeez.
All three of us are doing it. So,
Yeah.
Josh, do you have another question there?
No, I thought he was going to say something.
Oh,
Oh no, I was just gonna say we've always wanted cows. Oh, well, I've always wanted cows, and like multiple types of cows. I would take a milking cow, but I didn't realize how much they eat. So a feed bill right now. But then I've always wanted beef cows, but my wife was like, I can't look something in the eye and kill it. Like you killed a chicken before to eat. She's like, that's different.
yeah, yeah. I don't know.
But we'll have
I think
beef for an entire year.
yeah. So I think that's the one thing that's nice about like my kids have grown up where like they'll go out. We showed pigs, so my kids would go out and go out, walk it, feed it, groom them and everything else. And then when it's time for it to go to the freezer, they just, it's like, okay, Dad. They just kind of knew that it's happening. I think it's important to know where your food comes from. Is kind of where I was going with that. I kind of got a little lost there.
Kind of why I started mine, because I mean,
so. Hello, Wendy. It just popped up real slow with
Hi,
Willow
Wendy.
Way. So
Grubby.
why did you start your YouTube channel? What was the driver for starting your YouTube channel?
Hey, Amy's in here.
Hello.
You don't look old enough to have kids. I'm 36.
He's a baby. He makes fun of me all the time because how old I am.
Yeah.
Well, at least I'm not the oldest and I'm not the youngest. So I'll take that.
Well, how old are you, Scott?
Well, first, old enough to have to think about it, but 38. Yeah.
Oh, you're not. Right. So the driver for starting the channel.
Yeah. So funny story. I went to school. I went to college and got my degree in film production at a small school in Southern California, and I loved it. And then I went into the military, so I didn't do a thing with it. And I loved it. It was entertaining, but I never did anything with it until I got out of the military and I was a cop for a while. And I don't know. I just loved doing video stuff and wanted to share what I was doing. And then after I got a few videos in, we started getting our chickens and started doing things related to that. And I didn't really have a good vision at the time of where I wanted to go with it and what we were going to do. And so it was really all over the place at the time. And I've cleaned it up a bit. There's still some of those videos are still out there because they're doing very well still. But so I didn't want to take out like one of my top videos ever. Even so.
Did you dance when you sang that, Danny?
So, Danny Days, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
And your chicken videos are very good chicken videos. I mean, everybody in the chat needs to go check out Lacey Family Farms chicken videos. There's a really great playlist. That one that you did in the fall, where you were fall and winter, I guess. I don't know. I guess depends what season you're at, wherever you live. But where you explained all the different types of chickens, and then you went to the eggs and everything. What did you name that playlist? Put it in a playlist?
Ooh. Maybe I'm looking right now because if not, it should have been. But I want to say it's chickens or something like that. But yeah, Lacey Family Chickens. I think is where I have a bunch of my chicken videos, but it is not in there. I'll make sure to add it. I got to go through and redo my playlist anyways. So Anyway, so I'll
Um,
go through and add it. But yeah, it should be in there.
Belt Loop, thanks for going checking out Lacey's channel. I appreciate you going over there.
Yeah.
Great information. If he explains something when he does a video, he does a great job explaining it. Just throwing that out there.
I try and do my research, because I mean, you know how it is with YouTube. You want to make you want to do something different, and but something you love too, And I knew that there's a lot of videos that were terrible at explaining it, and I'm not great at it yet, but I'm learning, And so that was one thing I really tried to do, is try to explain things and do my research instead of just going full blast. So
yeah,
nice.
So. And Little
Sweet,
Ridge
good to
Farm
see
said he went over there. So, do you have? I was sitting here looking over at your screen, over at your videos, because I started to ask about that chicken videos, seeing if I could see a playlist. But you do have a couple, the extra chicken eggs video or playlist. We watched that too, to think
Yeah,
about
and I
some
think it's
ideas.
Lacey Family Chickens is the one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. And sorry, we also live right next to an airport, like a small municipal airport. So I try and catch it and mute myself, but I miss it occasionally. If you hear that in the background, it's like I don't usually mind it, except for when I'm recording. So they always fly over when I'm on a live or recording video. Never fails. So
Yeah.
I had a rooster was like that. Me and Amy be out recording, and every time she'd go to start something, my rooster would crow, and it was just shut up. You can't hear nothing over the stupid roosters.
Yeah. Well, the first couple videos I did, people were asking me if I was putting that in the video. I was like, no, I'm not putting it in the video. There's a chicken right here that's about to be stew meat.
Yeah. Thankfully, we only have 2 roosters right now. So.
So how big is your property?
Oh, it's not very big. Well, it's big for us, but we still only use probably a third of it, and it's 2.25 acres, which is a lot for Southern California. But and we got lucky because we're pretty rural. We're way far north, but we have a section of it on my YouTube homepage. You can kind of see a bit of it, or on the website. There's a drone photo part of it that's a little old, but it has it. And we have our immediate backyard is fenced in with white vinyl fencing, and then we have our goats and our chickens, and we have a garden area. But and then we have an orchard area and a lot of dirt that is just there right now. So as you can tell, I'm a Kubota guy. So
yeah. I've seen some of your.
I got a really expensive hat and got a free tractor with it. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
You do some videos with your your tractor as well too. There was a live stream that you were doing one time with it, and then I couldn't find it again after. I went to it and then it was gone. I was like, what happened?
Hey Jesse.
It was
Jesse.
mostly I was trying to test it because I knew that you could do it with you could do a live stream from your GoPro. I don't know if it's an 8 or a 9 you had to have, and then stream it through your phone directly to YouTube. And so I was kind of just testing it. I was like, I wonder how this is going to go. And it was super loud and not that interesting. So
it wasn't that bad. I mean, because you were just out there. I think you were grading your bigger outside of your yard.
Yeah, we're taking dirt from on one corner and putting it behind a brick wall we had put in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I love that thing. It's great, and we just got we have a loader for it, and we just got a tiller a rear PTO tiller like 3-4 months ago, and that is worth its weight in gold.
They're
Oh my
nice.
gosh.
They're real
Yeah,
nice.
like because we've tilled stuff before and rented it for 200-300 bucks a day from whatever rental store, but we finally we bought this one, and it was not cheap but totally worth it, and we just tilled up a test section, and put in plants, and now like our watermelon and pumpkins are going crazy in it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
we
in
also
your
got to do a garden tour, but
yeah. So in your garden, how big and what all do you try to grow in your garden most years?
yeah, well, we are still learning. And it's mostly figuring out what grows up here, because we're in a weird, we're what's called a high desert. So it's a desert, but we're at like 3,500 feet or so elevation. So we get good winters. Like we get snow most years, but not every year. Um, so, but it gets hot, like in the mid 100s in the summertime for highs. So we can grow pretty much anything. It's a lot of peppers, a lot of tomatoes. Um, let's see, we got onions, corn, and all sorts of a variety of pumpkins and watermelons. We wanted to do
I'm
different
awake,
stuff
Danny.
this year, not the standard like beefsteak, tomatoes, and whatnot. So we got ours
Thanks,
from
Jesse.
Baker Creek this year, heirloom seeds. We got a bunch of different stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's basically it. I mean, we have like 4 garden boxes, and then that patch where we have our pumpkins and watermelons. But I got to make more garden boxes. And the squirrels here are also crazy, so they just eat everything. So I trap them and kill them too, but you still can't get them all. So
Yeah. So do you make your own compost with your goats and chickens and manure and stuff?
yeah, we're trying to. Just it takes a while. So with the chicken manure, I mean, you guys have chickens, so but so you can't just put that in your garden, or you got to do
It's
it
too hot.
carefully, and so yeah, it's too hot. So we will hopefully we'll have some results from that this coming next season, is when we'll have some ready to use. But the goat manure is like gold. So
Yeah.
we will take, when we clean up their straw and their manure from their pens every week. We've been putting it into like our garden boxes and tilling it into the soil, and that stuff is like amazing. So I don't know if you guys use that at all, or
Yeah.
but
I use I that's well, I didn't do a garden this year. I didn't have time because I switched jobs and things. A long story, but I didn't have time to do a garden this year. But I normally do. Yeah, that's one of the nice things about the goats. I mean, we have. I think they're right now. I think they're 60 or 50 ish
holy
goats.
cow.
Yeah. Well, I mean so we raise them as show goats initially, and then ones that don't make it as show goats. I mean, the last bunch I took to the sale, I got $5 a pound on the
Yeah,
hoof.
No way.
goats and
Yeah,
sheep are ridiculous right now. And I took
Wow.
some calves to the sale and got $1.40, and I'm watching the goats come through there, $3 and $4. I'm like, I got the wrong critters out here.
well, but
Holy
there
cow.
is a saying around here that some of the old farmers say: if it won't hold water, it won't hold goats.
That's the truth.
Yeah. So,
I've tried. I had cattle panels, and she'd get out somehow. I don't know.
well, so there's a wheat field just south of me. They just got done harvesting. My goats would get out and they wouldn't touch the wheat, but they had some weeds growing up in that stuff. And man, my goats just got out there, and because it's not fenced or anything, and no one is going to say anything because they have 5 acres that they run on, and then they can get out in the other 25 acres where the cows and the horses are. But then there's just a barbed wire fence. Well, then the goats will just walk right through that barbed wire fence, and they love Johnson grass. And there is
Oh
an
yeah.
abundance of Johnson grass on the bar ditches. But anywhere the goats have been on my property, there is absolutely no Johnson grass to be found. So they'll go over and they'll eat all of that Johnson grass. Well, they found that wheat field, and now there's not hardly any weeds out there in the wheat field. that farmer beside me, he just absolutely loves it. He's like, man, them goats were the best thing you ever did. I was like, thanks, buddy.
Hey, that's free feed right there. Feed's expensive right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going up again. That's what's bad.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
we sell feed at work, and that every week we got to raise the prices because it's. I mean, the fuel's starting to come back down, so hopefully they'll stop on the fuel charge on it. But just the price of it's just going through the roof. Man, it's
Yeah.
just.
What are you guys paying out there for a bale of alfalfa? I'm just curious what the differences are because ours are like 24, 25 a bale right now.
Well, so alfalfa, I just bought a 4x4x8 big square bale, and it was $185.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
a small bale, I think, is 11.
We're
Like
getting
the
ripped
three.
off here in California.
Well, this is a long way to truck it, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I-
and what's bad is I grow alfalfa in one of a field that I lease, but I can't feed it to the horses, so I have to buy alfalfa from out of state because the blister bugs are so bad. And I'll feed it to the cows and goats, but I can't feed it to the horses. And you can spray it, and there's tons of ways that you can get around it with the blister bugs. And I do spray it just because I don't want so many in there. But
Yeah.
it's pretty bad.
That's crazy. Yeah, we thought about trying to grow stuff that would just be impossible up here in the desert. We have a really bad well that just gets us by on our property, and so we're so jealous of people where it's, oh, that's ridiculous. $8.
Oh, she's
my
in
gosh.
Missouri, where they grow a whole bunch of it.
Yeah. That's the only reason we don't have like dairy cows and stuff is because it's that.
Yeah, that's and then I don't buy a lot of hay, just mainly because we do cut a lot of our own hay, and then if I do sell or buy hay, I'll sell a whole bunch of hay. Like last year, I think I sold 400 round bales, and then I bought hay for my wife's horse addiction. The bankruptcy starter kit. That's what I'm calling them.
That's yeah, pretty much. Hay burners.
Yeah. Well, the girls really like them, and Ava has one. Ava and Emma has won quite a bit of money with the horses, but that's about the gist of it. It looked like someone else came in a second ago. I was going to say Generational Homestead came in.
$150 a bale. How big's the bale?
It's probably
Better be a
like
big
Is that the
bale.
round bales or?
yeah, or 3x3x8, one of the two. They're right in that ballpark, at least in our area. I don't know where Generational Farmer or Generational Homestead is at. Sorry for mispronunciating the word or the name.
See, we get $40 a round bale over here.
That's
For just a grass hay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I don't worry about alfalfa and all that. I just feed grass hay.
3x3x8. That's what they said.
Yeah, we've been totally jealous of just for the fun of it, looking around at like different farms and stuff like that, all in like Tennessee and stuff like that, where it's just green, because that's so abnormal to us, because in California, like, it's normal to be like brown. So so jealous. But
Shannon's just really rubbing it in. That's delivered price, I guess.
wow.
But they grow a lot of alfalfa over in Missouri and Kansas and that area where she's at. She's got a really good goat. She raises boar goats. She's got a really good channel for goats. Just throwing that out there. Look at Tony's up bright and early this morning.
White shoulders.
Kettle Kitchen.
Hey, Tony. Road Dog Customs come in.
I think I popped them up on the screen a second ago. Road Dog Customs. Yep.
Nice.
So thanks everybody for coming in the chat. We're not leaving or anything. I just for everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I haven't been reading the chat much. I've been.
If anyone has any questions for Lacey Family Farms, put them in the chat and put like an emoji there, and we will let him answer some questions too if anyone else has any.
I like that idea, Lazy Days. That's yeah.
Yeah. Well, so my dad has a lot of land, and that's all he does is hay for animals. Well, he's got a lot of cattle too, but he sells a whole lot of hay. He said he makes more off of his hay than he does his cows.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And then he's got a custom hay cutting business that my cousins run.
What is that? A pit boss behind you?
Yeah. I just got it yesterday.
You gonna fire it up this
I've
weekend?
never. Yeah. Well, so I've only had a charcoal grill before, and so I work, with a bunch of military guys, and they all have smokers and barbecues and grills, and it's the thing to do, and I always enjoy eating it. I've just never made it before. So and they're so regular barbecues are so expensive right now. We were just like, oh, we're gonna get a just a cheap propane one, and even that was like $230. This one was on sale, significantly on sale, so we got this, and oh yeah. Then we made chicken breasts last night. They were amazing. As soon as we're done here, I already got the brisket rubbed down. I just got to put that on for tonight, and burgers on Monday, so it's gonna get some use.
I'm gonna fire up my offset smoker tomorrow. So
Nice.
I was telling Mitchell about that earlier. I've been looking at pellet smokers. I don't know. I just can't make myself do it.
They're so easy.
I know it.
I have an app on my phone that I can adjust the target set temperatures and temperature of the grill and monitor it from anywhere. Oh,
yeah.
That is not true. They are. I know the prices of a used Kubota.
I think he's thinking of the Traegers.
Yeah.
The Traegers are expensive.
Peterson Farm from Nashville. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Phil and Tammy.
Yeah. So, do you have? Are you doing any videoing for the fourth celebration of Independence Day?
I am
wasn't
not.
me, Mitchell.
It was mine.
Nope.
Sorry.
I said it wasn't me this time.
It was mine.
Yeah.
Normally I'm
it made me
texting
look
you
at my
in
phone
the
though.
Well, we have
I'm
that.
not.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That delay kills us.
Yeah.
Go
You
ahead.
have an iPhone, don't you? No, Scott.
On for streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm on an iPad right now for the stream, but I do have an iPhone as well. Yeah.
My iPhone's it gives me fits every time I'm on here.
Oh,
You're
really?
actually this is the best that you've done streaming, Josh.
Well, I'm on the
I will
iPad
say.
right now.
Yeah, I stream. I don't have any Apple devices. Well, I take that back. My work phone that is in my work backpack is an iPhone, and I have everything forwarded to my Android phone, just because I hate the way that Apple. I just don't like Apple.
I'm sorry that you don't like and don't want to see the light. You're stuck in the dark ages. But
I'm seriously thinking about switching to Android. All I've had's iPhone, but I'm thinking about switching to Android.
Don't do it.
It's a personal. Well, the thing about it is, and both of them get you on it. Like Apple gets you with all of their iTunes and everything. Like my wife has, I don't know how many songs and videos and everything over there that she has already purchased. So she loses them if she goes to Android. Oh, Randy's in here.
Called you out.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So
You got sidetracked.
yes, I did get sidetracked because Randy coming
iPhones,
here.
Androids.
Yeah.
You're about to
This
say how
just
much you love iPhones.
no.
Right?
I don't. So the they get you both, and both sides of them do it because the Google Play. I have probably just as much stuff as my wife does bought on my phone, and videos and music and everything else on my phone. So switching, it's almost impossible to switch unless you're just willing to lose all of the stuff that you have bought. Like there's a bunch of movies and then with like the Chromecast. My wife's Chromecast works 3/4 of the time, but I can get on there with my phone because it's a Google Chromecast, and
Yeah.
it'll automatically work on mine every time.
See, I don't buy anything on my phone. I have Pandora, but it was free, so that's
Yeah.
the only music I have. But
See, I'm the opposite way. I mean, I completely agree with you. I gotta try and be as objective as possible. But yeah, like we have everything Apple, and we have Apple TV, everything. Elon Musk's phone.
Yes, the Tesla phone deal that he has. Have you seen that, guys? Seen that?
No,
Oh,
I didn't.
it's so I have a quote for the Starlink internet, and I'm as soon as that phone is out to purchase, I will probably buy it because it is Android based operating system.
Interesting, huh? Do you have Starlink right now?
No, I had so you have to go on a list, and then they'll a neighbor
Yeah,
of mine has it, and he absolutely loves it.
I have it right now. Because we had 12 megabits, like DSL, and that was an upgrade from 3 when we first got here. So when we got Starlink, and we waited a year. So.
Yeah. Yes, you can use Google on the computer. I know that, but I like the phone. I like the phone. Look at them calling me out on the Google. I like, you know, that's it's personal preference. Personal preference.
But
So
I've had
some of
people
us
tell
are
me
right and
if
some
you
are
go
wrong.
from the iPhone to the
right,
Android, you'll hate it.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, I have a hard time working my iPhone because I know how the Android works so well. I can just go right to it. The iPhone, I have to sit and search for it, and it's like this is ridiculous. But everybody at work has iPhones, so. But then
So
we
what
have
you're
to
saying is
use.
you're that one guy in the group chat that doesn't have the iPhone and screws it up for everybody.
Yeah, but I don't ever lag either.
Touche.
uh, Anyway, well, that's funny. I'm just really picking on Josh, man, more than anything.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. If I'm not on the, like I said, I've been using the iPad this week since my phone's been messed up, but it's been better than ever. I mean, my iPhone just cuts out so bad, it's awful. I don't know. I don't know why I've been. Maybe it's because it's an old phone. I don't know.
So is that the initial cost of it? It's $700 pretty much, and then
Now
$115 a
it
month
is.
for the Starlink.
Now it is, yeah. They had to raise the prices because of inflation, but
Man, that the 100. So I pay $40 a month, and I have a business elite package for my internet because my wife, she was a realtor when we got it, and our price is locked in, and we've had it for like 6 or 7 years, and
ooh,
she's wanted to cancel it a couple times and get a different package, a smaller package. But now we start
wow.
looking at the smaller packages. We can't get anywhere close to the same speed of internet for a third of the cost. like $89 now for the smallest package they offer. So it's like I'll stick with mine forever until they make me change plans.
Yeah.
See, I don't have fiber either.
Yeah, we don't either.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we paid. I don't know if is Amy still in the chat. I have to ask her what we pay. It's
So, our I don't want to say the name because I'm not advertising for anybody, but you can see the tower where we get internet from. But for some reason, my house is set a priority, so we get like my neighbor can have horrible internet, but my internet will be like working great. It's pretty. So every once in a while, my neighbor, he has a dairy. When he has to do some of his stuff, you'll see him pull up by the mailbox and he'll just sit there and park for a minute. When he has to do, he'll just park there, and then he'll text me something, and I'll send him back a message and just be like, business call, and he'll be like, yes, Wi-Fi. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
yeah. Amy says our internet's $50 a month
Yeah, I've seen that
for
down
the
there.
phone and the internet.
So the phones are outrageous. I have Verizon, and I've had them forever.
I mean, that's our landline.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. I still have a landline.
Well,
We have an Umla. We have a landline, but you pay the one fee for the box that connects to the internet, and it's like $70, and then we have free landline. Because we were paying like $20 a month for it, and then we like, this is ridiculous.
No, it's the landline came with our internet, so that's the only way we could get it. So we had to do that. But out here in Hillbilly Deluxe, nobody comes out here, so
yeah. I remember being a kid. You used to remember everybody's phone number, and you'd go over there and either. Well,
yeah, you just poke the buttons and you knew it. I mean,
yeah. Well, now if I
do good to don't remember my own number.
we had one of the we had a dial phone.
Yeah.
For a little bit. My grandparents they had a dial phone until I think Grandpa got where he got so bad he couldn't hardly walk, so they got one of the wireless phones, and Grandpa he'd get mad and he'd just because he couldn't work the darn thing. It was pretty funny.
That's awesome. Heard of Arby's Story. Farmersville. Arby's Story. I have not. What are they? Are they another channel? I've not heard of them.
Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead, he is everywhere. He is a moderator, and that dude, if you needed a moderator, he's the guy that you would want on your moderating because he knows everybody and he's lightning fast at it.
Yeah, he is.
It's like you start talking about it and he knows what you're saying, and then bam, it's in the chat. It's like, well, how did he do that?
He's fast.
Arby's Story. Okay. I had not heard of him. I just found him now. Farmersville is like Central Valley, kind of up by Fresno, just south of Fresno. So it's probably 3-4 hours away from us, but I'll definitely watch their videos. Anyhow, oh yeah, that's one thing we are going to raise this year because I think it's I don't know. It's like a weird season crop. It's like a winter crop or something like that. So we got some seeds from a friend out here, and so we're going to plant them and see how they do. Even though I'm not a loofah type of guy, but you could sell them.
Our Okie Homestead. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
See ya.
Not seeing you.
Um,
This chat. This.
so one question that we haven't asked yet,
That's what I was
and
looking for my
you
list.
kind of went over it a little bit, was so you're married. Do you
Yep.
have kids or anything?
Yeah, me and wife have been married for 15 years now, and we have 2 kids. A 6-year-old girl, she just turned 6 last week, and then a 2-year-old boy. So they're entertaining and kids. So, but at least our 6-year-old is getting old enough where she can start to actually like do chores. Her normal weekly chores are cleaning out the goat sheds. So that's good. The son is just he's a 2-year-old. He's
Yeah.
a 2-year-old boy. You just got to keep him from killing himself. Really, that's all. And,
I remember those days.
he broke his foot at a year old. He had to be in a cast because he broke his foot. Like, you're a year old. How do you do that?
Well, it happens.
But they're a lot of
It
fun. We really enjoy the kids. So
yeah. I mean, I would hope so. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All 3 of ours are grown up and gone. So
Thanks for
nice.
putting the link in there, Jesse. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have more someday. Maybe not. I don't know.
One's
Well,
good, 2's all right, 3's insane. Mitchell's. I don't know what's wrong with him.
yeah, we
How
have
many
3.
kids do you
Yeah.
have? Oh, 3.
I have yeah, 3. My oldest one's 14, and the youngest one is. She acts about like she's 3, but she's she'll be going into 5th grade this year. So,
Oh, that's a fun time.
Everybody says that. It's when they're younger and they can't talk back to you is the fun time.
You mean so when they're like an infant?
He's
Yes.
just now getting into the tough age with these teenagers. So
Yeah, well now
you got a long road ahead of you, buddy.
Glenn and Jessica, thanks for coming in. Yes, my 14-year-old. Woo,
Hey, Glenn and Jess.
he
Oh,
can be a handful. He's not really with me, but with his mom. He tries to push his bounds every once in a while. And
Yep.
it's like, boy, don't you know your mom talks to me?
Exactly. That's the way mine were. And I was like,
yeah.
Well,
You remember being a kid though, and
not me. My mom kept a leather belt on the counter. She
My
wasn't
mom-
afraid to use it.
My mom didn't have a leather belt, but she had a fly swatter, and boy, she'd grab that plastic end, and I was fair game from the shoulders to the back of the knees. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Man, that'll make you not want to say nothing. I say that like
in jail now. But
oh, right?
Yeah.
maybe that explains why kids are so, crazy now.
Disrespectful.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What I can say honestly, me and the kids and my in-laws and everybody, we went out to dinner. My family side, we went out to dinner, and me and my wife were sitting here, and then one kid was on one side of me, and then the girls were on the other side, and they just sat there, and there's this kid over like 2 or 3 tables over. I mean, just might as well been on the floor kicking and screaming. And Landon leans up, looks over at the girls, and then looks over at me. He said, "That kid doesn't know what a butt whooping is, does he, Dad?" And I was like, "I don't think so, buddy." I think there's a difference in like punishing and beating a kid. I think you can't do it mad. I think is the biggest thing, and
Yeah.
then I don't know. I'm not. I wouldn't beat my kids, but my kids know what a spanking is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shannon said her dad had an iron fist. Yeah. I that's just
Yeah,
my
that's one
opinion.
thing we try and do is just not be angry, and do it like separate almost, but as soon as close to the incident as possible, but be calm, explain it, do it, and then hug it out afterwards and talk about it. And that
Get it
seems
over
to have
with.
worked.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember when the boys were little, and Amy went to get her nails done one time, and I don't know who it was talking how well behaved they were, and she's like, "Well, their dad's former military, so they kind of, they know what they can and can't do."
Yeah.
Then they, of course, the older they got, the more they wanted to push, and just watch it, boy.
Yeah. Well, me and my boy, we were walking back from the car from the fireworks last night, and he went to push me a little bit, and I just kind of, he's almost as tall as I am, and he works out pretty much every day, and he's like, well, when I'm in my prime in 2 or 3 years, whenever I push you, you'll move over. And I looked at him and I said, boy, your prime's not going to be in 2 or 3 years, and you're not going to be able to push me over. And he kind of looked at me. He's like, "Are you sure about that?" I'm like, we can test it and find out if you want to. When you're feeling froggy, just start jumping."
Yeah.
But I think I don't know if spankings work for every kid or this type of punishment or this type of punishment. I think you have to do it on the basis of the kid. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think. I mean, and yelling and screaming, most of the time they just shut down. They don't hear words you're saying.
Yeah.
And I learned that the hard way. Of course, Amy told me for all them years, you ain't doing no good yelling at them. They ain't listening to you. They just clam up and tell you that, and then they walk off and go wherever.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think you have to do it on a kid by kid basis. I think that's the important thing, in that, like, my sister does it completely different. My little sister is completely different than me, but my older sister, she's a lot like I am, because my mom got pretty soft the older she got. So my little sister, she didn't get near the iron fist as Shannon. Whooping was my middle name. Yeah, I feel you, Jesse. Uh, but yeah, and like it's the same thing with my grandparents. My younger um my younger aunts and uncles and their kids. I remember going over there because I got 2 aunts that are not much older than me. When they finally had kids, because their kids are about the same age as mine, my Aunt Greta's kids were running around doing something, tore a bag of trash that Grandpa had set on the back patio. Man, if that would have happened to me whenever I was a kid, my grandpa would have whooped the fire out of me. And my grandpa's just like, well, your aunt won't let me do anything about it. And so I grabbed them boys and I did it. And man, they were out there picking up trash. And my Aunt Greta, she comes out there. She's like, Bubba, how did you get them boys to pick up that trash? I was like, I did what Grandpa used to do. And they're like, she looks at me. She's like, you didn't spank them, did you? I was like, nope. I gave them a whooping.
Completely different.
Yeah. Well, and my aunt, she got pretty mad at me, but the boys' dad come out and he looked at me. He's like, boy, them boys needed that thing. But I was reading the chat. So
yeah.
So we've talked about Clarence is that's his name, right? The goose.
Yeah.
We talked about the goose, the guardian goose. You guys have to go check out the guardian goose. He's got some attitude. He's pretty funny. Watching the shorts, and the chicken videos, and then you're starting the freeze drying. So I have the website pinned to the top in the chat. So if you guys want to go check out and get you some frozen Skittles or fruits and all kinds of fruits that they have for sale over there on their website, it's on pinned to the top. And we've talked about his channel and some.
We've covered a lot today.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
I was reading the chat over here because it's the StreamYard chat is slow compared to the chat over to the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
I think these get better the more we do them too.
They're having a debate about smacking kids or not in the chat.
Yeah, I see that.
I didn't make Dale mad. He was in here earlier. He's probably doing something. Frozen.
Freeze dried Lazy Days.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I can go buy me a bag of Skittles and throw them in the freezer.
Oh yeah. they're freeze dried. And what was the other candy that you do?
Milk Duds, wasn't it?
Milk
Yeah,
Duds.
milk. Yeah.
Yeah. They're
The
like
moon pie one.
Yeah, the moon pies didn't do as much as I thought they were gonna do. I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
I ain't had a moon pie forever.
Well, he tried to freeze dry one. You have to go check out that video. I thought they were going to do something completely different when you started it. I was like, this is going to be ugly.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought so too. I figured the marshmallows, something, but no. So we're going to make some more of those, and hopefully there's some more interesting things that happen. But the Milk Duds are kind of cool. They puff up like little Cheetos, so. Nice to meet you too, and I'll be looking for your videos, White Shoulders.
So, see you, Shana.
I got you on YouTube. So, yeah, Milk Duds are fun though. So yeah, Milk Duds, Skittles, and then fruits. And we're always adding stuff, and eventually we want to start doing meals. That's that's a goal, like for hiking and camping and that kind of stuff. So. We have a lot of hikers that hike through the Pacific Coast Trail here. So, or right, about 45 minutes away. So that'll be a huge part.
Yeah. Well, I hope I hope you end up having to buy another freeze dryer. So because you're doing that much business. And do you have the affiliate link on your for the freeze dryer on your YouTube page?
Yep, they're on most of them, and especially YouTube. The videos on freeze drying stuff are there. And then I'd use them as an advertiser on some of them. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Dale, that 9 Acre Family Farm. He was in here earlier. Him and he's wanting to buy one pretty bad. And I've been talking to my wife about buying one, and she's just not. She's like, that's a lot of money for something that I don't know that I'm going to use all the time. It's like, well, that's fair, So we haven't bought one yet.
Yeah, I'll do some checking to see how much I would use it.
Is like even if you're not selling anything, right? It's and just for home use, like the healthy snacks, especially for kids, is huge. Because like the strawberries and the bananas and the apples, our kids absolutely love them. They would devour an entire batch before I could get a second batch done. So. Nice.
I wish that rain would have stopped by here before it kept going towards Gather Together.
I got some last night and this morning. I don't know how much. My rain gauge, I forgot to take it down this winter and it cracked, and I ain't put my new one up yet, but I know we got some in it. I need it, man.
Yeah, if we don't get much more, I don't know how much hay I'm going to have this year. That's
Cool.
one of the things that they're saying that is going to drive the hay prices up this year.
Yeah.
Is the droughts.
Oh, really?
But
Mitchell, I'm gonna have to get off here. I run to town and get my stuff done, get my phone fixed. I got some stuff to do. So,
all right. Well, appreciate you hopping up here, Josh. I don't know how much longer we're going to go. We went an hour. I do have some things to do too. It is, the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
There's some family that came into town, so we're going to go hang out with those for a little bit.
Nice.
I appreciate everybody that came in the chat before. If I did miss anybody, thanks for coming in, and I really appreciate it. Do you have anything else you want to talk about on your channel or Facebook page that you're doing?
We're always working on stuff. So if make sure to subscribe. We have our Facebook. We do have an Instagram. Finally, that's not my thing. So my wife is running it, but I guess I don't know a guy. Yeah, I've been told I'm my day job coworkers have said that I'm popular, so they get addicted to them. But anywho, yeah, we're working on it. So we got stuff coming out all the time. So nothing really much more to add, but it's always an experiment. We're trying to figure everything out as we go. So I appreciate it though, and thanks for having me on. I love this stuff. So I need to do more lives and interact with people more because they're definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's one of the neat things about this little community that I kind of found. Like a lot of these people are from the community that's in here. Like that's how I know their names, because they all have lives and things. I'm not all of them are really easy to get to, because some of them do them in the daytime, like Gather Together. They have some in the morning. That's Glenn and Jessica, and then Jesse. I don't know if he's done a live lately. But yeah, and then there's some just great content creators in here that goes to a lot of the lives. Willow Way does one on Sunday, I think. She does shout outs for channels on Sundays at 7.
nice.
And Tuber Chat that was in here. It's a connect and grow Tuber Chat, and you can go to his deal, and he does a lot of shouting. He's too busy moderating, is what Jesse said. But there are a bunch of people that do lives, and they like to help everybody grow. That's one of the nice things about this little community that I kind of stumbled across here on YouTube. So that's how I met Josh and pretty much everybody in here. So, but well, if you don't have any more to add, we will go ahead and hop off of here. Do you have anything else?
Cool. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna go get the grill going and get the brisket on. So.
All right. Well, I appreciate you hopping on short notice like this. Maybe next time, if you want to come back up one day, we can schedule another one sometime. You have my email and stuff, so you can always shoot me an email if you ever want to come back up and talk and just do this kind of stuff. But
yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate everybody coming in, and thanks again, Josh and Scott with Lacey Family Farms here. His channel is scrolling across the top. If you guys haven't checked him out, he's a great channel. I would appreciate anybody going over there and checking him out. And that's pretty much it for today. I have a great one. Everybody have a safe 4th of July weekend. Make sure you come back with all your fingers. And remember, it's not just about fireworks. If you here in the U.S. I don't know if there was anyone from Canada or anything else in the chat. I didn't see. It's not just about the fireworks. We are celebrate Independence Day, so keep that in mind. And if you see any veterans, remember to make sure you tell them thank you for their service, because without them, we still wouldn't be able to celebrate Independence Day. So, like, you guys have a safe weekend, and we'll catch you next time.
I'll call you later, Mitchell.
All right, later, Josh.
See ya.
See you guys.
Thanks.